Hello and welcome to this video on data binding. Data binding is simply the linking or binding of component properties to data in the spreadsheet. In this project, I've added a bar chart, and in the spreadsheet, I've added some data. Now, I want the bar chart to display the values that I've added to the spreadsheet, and I'm going to achieve this by binding the values property of the bar chart, which is in this data drawer here, to these spreadsheet cells. Notice that when I mouse over the values property field, this icon appears, and this is the data binding icon. This icon will appear above any property of any component that can be bound to data in the spreadsheet. So click the icon and the spreadsheet will open in binding mode, and we can tell that it's in binding mode because it fills the central area of the interface. The header is blue and contains a range field and these confirm and cancel buttons. While it's in this mode, we aren't able to add or edit any data. The only thing we can do is to specify which data we want to bind to the values property. We can do this in two ways, by adding a cell address or cell range into this input field here, or you can select a cell or range of cells by using the mouse. Then just click the Confirm button. We can immediately see that the bar chart has updated to show these new values. As I mentioned earlier, components have a number of properties that can be bound to data in the spreadsheet. It can be titles, positioning values, colors, and many others. Now, to further show how useful data binding is, we can use other components to affect the data. So I'm going to bind this slider value property to this cell, which you'll recall was one of the cells that I previously bound to the bar chart value property. And then if I switch to debug mode, as I move the slider, we can now see how the spreadsheet starts to work for us. The data in the cell is changing with the position of the slider, and the bar chart value bound to that particular cell is also being updated. So with this kind of interaction, we can see how data binding can help to build relationships between the data and components. And when you start adding formulas and processing data, and then show the results of that within a component or a combination of components, then really the possibilities are endless. That's the end of this tutorial on data binding. If you'd like to learn more about using Squirrel, do take a look at our other tutorials and videos.